It is indeed a pleasure to be with all of you this evening, and I want to thank the Cecil J. Picard Educator Excellence Symposium and co-sponsor Dream Teachers for inviting me to be a part of this incredible celebration of our Louisiana educators. I am just thrilled to be here as one of you. And I also want to, those who knew Cecil knew that he at his core, he was an educator. He was a teacher, a coach, a principal, and before he entered government as a state senator and finally superintendent of education, he valued the work of teachers tremendously because he walked the walk. He walked the walk, and he wanted to be sure that each and every year the department not only recognized the work of teachers, the work you do each and every day in and out of the classroom, but celebrate that work. And that's why we're here this evening. When he was superintendent of education, the Teacher of the Year program was just a small banquet, a dinner event. And you were here, right? Okay. Where the honorees got a certificate, took a picture, and went home. Just a show of hands, who all was here during one of those banquets? Okay, we got a few. Okay, great. But he didn't like it. And the year before he died, he put his foot down and said, I don't know if I can say this, what are we having for supper tonight? He said, no more rubber chicken, is what he said. I didn't say that, Cecil said that. But he said, let's do something for teachers, something they'll enjoy, something that really, really honors them, their outstanding work, and something that's fun. And that's how this Educator Excellence event got its start. Cecil was only able to attend the first Educator Excellence event before he passed, but he was able to second line with the brass band. By the way, is our band still around? Let's give them a round of applause. And with that second line, he led all the honorees to their seats, and he loved it, and so did they. Deacon John was the headliner, and he had everyone dancing into the wee hours of the evening. And there was no rubber chicken served that year. One of the things that my husband, Governor John Bel Edwards, and I believe is that two of the greatest assets of Louisiana are our teachers and our principals. And we know that behind every successful student, there is at least one great teacher, and probably a lot more. And behind every successful school, there is a great principal. Back in May at the Governor's Mansion, I was thrilled to join Dream Teachers and Superintendent John White in announcing the nominees for the 2020 Teacher and Principal of the Year. And tonight, we get to announce the winners. How exciting. But let me say, all of the nominees are winners, and I'd like them to stand at this time. If you're a nominee, would you stand? Wow. Incredible. And they should be celebrated for the work they have put in that has gotten them to this point. They were selected for many reasons, including their outstanding classroom performance and dedication to the profession. So it is an honor to be here to celebrate with them and to applaud them, because we know, as you said, educators change the world, and that is a fitting theme, and that is a fact. Teaching is a noble profession. It is a profession that teaches all others' professions. Becoming an educator means choosing a life of service. Service to our children, to our families, to our communities, and to our state. And the main goal is to give our kids the best chance at being successful in life. Not only that, but as someone once said, a good teacher can inspire hope, ignite imagination, and instill a love of learning. That's a big job. That's how important you all are. And that's how important it is for us to celebrate what you do each and every day in the classroom. Because the truth is, as educators, you affect eternity. No one can tell where your influence ends. And while educators don't always get the recognition they deserve, we know there are always high expectations for you all. As a former classroom teacher, I know firsthand how rewarding and often underappreciated being an educator truly is, or can be. Your work does not end when the students leave by the end of the day. You easily put in 40 hours a week. That's kind of a funny joke, huh? And rarely do you have the luxury of taking summers off and may have to work a second job or a third job. We are all called upon to do something so much more than teach in our classrooms. We teach also outside of our classrooms. You show up every day because you believe in your students and you believe in the educational process. Fortunately for you and me, we have a governor who believes in educators. And that's why we fought to give teachers, absolutely. And that's why he fought, I say we fought, he fought to give teachers and support personnel a pay raise this year and increase the amount of dollars for the classroom. That is important and deserves a round of applause. And many of you already know this, but that was only the second time in 10 years for both. And that running a recurring raise is the first step to getting you to the Southern Regional Pay Average. And that has been very important for a long time. And know that John Bell and I are your advocates and your biggest supporters, and he has been, and we will continue to be. And although I'm not in the classroom any longer, you know, once a teacher, you're always a teacher. And through my experience as a music teacher, I believe in educating the whole child. And that's why one of my top initiatives is called Teach Ma'am. In the South and in the former military wife, we love yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you ma'am. So I created something called Teach Ma'am, music, art, and movement. And the evidence is clear that these subjects help improve students' overall performance in the school. The data is there. We just have to encourage superintendents and principals to figure out, be creative. And believe me, I've visited some of the poorest schools in this state, but they figured out how to make sure the classrooms, their school, has music, art, and movement. So to them, I applaud you tonight. As John mentioned, I do visit schools across the state, and it is an absolute joy for me. From north to south, central Louisiana, and all are doing some of the most innovative work in the classrooms. It is impressive, and it is making a difference. We're seeing it. And through Dream Teachers, I met 2018 Louisiana State Teacher of the Year, Kimberly Eckert, and her students in West Baton Rouge. Is she here tonight? Oh, she's in Africa. Oh my gosh. Okay, wonderful. Well, I met Kimberly, and she's an amazing spirit, if you know Kimberly, and learned about Educators Rising. That was my first introduction, which is a wonderful program that encourages high school students to choose teaching as a career, and to hear and see her passion and how she goes about recruiting students in her school into education is a pretty powerful experience. And that's important because we need to do all we can to recruit and retain the best and the brightest in this profession. I want to commend Dream Teachers for their commitment and single mission, which is to elevate the teaching profession. And it's also a commitment that John Bell and I said and started when we first came into office, and that was one of the things, is we've got to bring back the conversation about the profession of teaching, how important it is, and to elevate that profession. And so we've been doing that. Congratulations to everyone who's nominated and to the winners. We'll hear later. But thank you all. Thank you everyone, to all our Louisiana educators across the state. You are more than deserving of this honor and recognition, and we're greatly appreciate everything that you do, and even during the summer. I know all the classes, the professional development. We just thank you for what you do every single day. And thank you all for having me here today. I'm so impressed and so honored, and I didn't even know this existed, so I wasn't nominated apparently. But thank you so very much for having this opportunity. God bless each and every one of you.
Good evening, and thank you so much for being here this evening in Baton Rouge. Unfortunately, schedules didn't allow for me to attend this year's events, but I wanted to offer words of welcome and words of gratitude for you being here this evening. You being here is honoring this evening's honorees, Principals of the Year, Teachers of the Year. But it's also honoring 50,000 people across our state who come to work every day to change the lives of children, and in doing so, to change the world. You know, our education system can be a daunting thing to think about. 800,000 children, 1,400 schools, 64 parishes. The enormity of that challenge can be almost too much to fathom. But then I realize that we have 50,000 people in our society, many of whom are here this evening in our midst, who come to work every day with that mission in mind. I want to change the lives of Louisiana's children. I love these children, and I want their life to be everything that they and their parents want it to be. And in understanding that, I am so greatly heartened. I'm so encouraged, because I know that the change in our midst is their change to pull across our state, to make possible. It is their ability and their mission to change the world. And then I know it's possible. Then I know they're the reason that more students than ever before are graduating from Louisiana's high schools. More students than ever before are earning early college credit and industry credentials. 5,000 more students from the class of 2018 earned TOPS, a full college scholarship, than did in 2012. And indeed, 5,000 more in the year 2018 attended post-secondary institutions of learning than did in the year 2012. That is a profound change. That is a change in the future of our state. That is what it means to change the world. And that change is because of teachers. So this evening, you honor specific teachers, an extraordinary set of teachers, the best among us in our profession. You also honor the best of their support system in our Principal of the Year nominees this evening. But more than that, you honor 50,000 teachers in our state. You honor the kids who love them, the parents who appreciate them, the communities who respect them. You honor the mission of changing the world. I look forward to seeing you out in schools and communities this year, and thank you so much for being here to celebrate these extraordinary honorees.
Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. Please honor these outstanding 2019 Teacher of the Year semifinalists for the state of Louisiana. And ladies and gentlemen, here's they are, beginning with the 2020 Principal of the Year finalist.
When I think about the power of an educator, you know, I have the opportunity to work with students, parents, teachers, just people in general every day. And when I think about the kids, the students that are so important to me, you just have to take it one situation, one day at a time, and you just have to do what's best for the overall school on a daily basis.
Brad Thomas Swallow, Oakdale High School.
If I could make a change on the world of education, it would be to ensure that all educators believe in the capabilities of all students regardless of perceived differences. I tend to believe we're poised and ready for even more greatness. Educators are making a difference every day, but now it's time for us to lead the world toward even better change. And that means loving each and every student, and I hope I could leave that mark.
Carly Francois, Dutchtown High School.
As an educator, I inspire our educational community to dream big and to teach bigger. We are limited only by our imagination when it comes to teaching our students.
Chad Schultz, South Beauregard Elementary School.
As an educator, I strive to leave my mark on this world by igniting a sense of passion and purpose for our work as educators and fostering a school community that's filled with love and excitement and support and innovation, where kids learn to have grit and they know what it feels like to be surrounded by people who will never give up on them.
Lisa Burns, W.T. Lewis Elementary School.
When I think about the power of an educator, I think about my ninth grade English teacher. and how she influenced my life far beyond the English that she taught me. She inspired me to try to be the best I can be, whatever I'm doing. I try to influence my students the same way that she influenced me. And when they come back and introduce me to their families and rave about their jobs, I know that I've succeeded.
Christella Dawson, Neville High School.
When I think of the power of an educator, I think of the students who succeed and the sound they make when they cheer for success. When I think of the power of an educator, I think of my teachers reaching their goals on a constant basis. When I think of a power of an educator, I think of the ability to inspire and to motivate our students to reach goals they never thought they could reach. That's the power of an educator.
Greg Hayden, Jubin Park Junior High School.
When I think about the power of an educator, I think about the fact that we're truly shaping the next generation of our country. Every morning, our students walk into our buildings with hopes and dreams for their future, and we, as teachers and principals, help our students reach those goals while also ensuring they're prepared to lead our country with kindness and courage, equity, and brilliance. That is a lot of weight and responsibility, and it's one of the many reasons why I'm honored to work alongside such an inspiring team of teachers committed to our kids, to strengthening our community, and to making our world a bit better for everyone.
Jennifer Dennis Carey, Kip East Community School.
Coming up when I was a kid and student, the power of my educators influenced me to do very positive things. Some were role models, others were like big brothers, or some even served as father figures. So I see myself serving in that same capacity with my students, as well as being a nurturer and allowing those students to have someone to come to in time of need.
Charles Ray Wright, Washita Junior High School.
As an educator, I change the world every day by choosing to love children the way I love my own. I choose to make a difference by giving them the love, respect, nurturing, and care that they so deserve, and making sure that every teacher is fully supported so that he and she can give our children all that they need to be college and career ready.
Tamika Saburo Green, Albert Cammon Middle School. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, the 2020 Principal of the Year finalists for the state of Louisiana. Wow, what a group. You know, it is from this group of outstanding administrators that the elementary, middle, and high school and overall 2020 Louisiana State Principal of the Year will be selected. And that's coming up in just minutes. And now Joni Lacey joins us once again to welcome the Teacher of the Year finalist. Again, when I call each name, please watch the big screen to view the video clip for each candidate.
As an educator, I really strive to make a difference in my students' lives by creating a fun and engaging classroom. My goal is for my students to really feel safe and valued in my classroom. And I also work hard to help teach them the lesson that they can be the change that they want to see in the world. If they want something good to happen or if they want something positive to happen, it needs to start with them. And my ultimate goal is to help them know that they leave my classroom feeling valued, educated, and cared for.
Lacey Blocker, Maplewood Middle School. And next we welcome Miss Amanda Crane.
When I think about the power of an educator, I think about myself being trained and equipped, and now that I've been trained, I'm able to train and equip my students. In spite of whatever circumstance or situation they have, they can overcome and become anything they want to be in the world. If it's a doctor, lawyer, whatever they're choosing.
Amanda Crane, Homer Elementary School.
When I think about the power of an educator, I think about the ability to inspire minds, transform lives, and change the world. My students are my stars, super terrific, amazingly resourceful students, and I empower them through collaboration, engagement, equity, leadership, ownership, stakeholder support, and technology. Everything is interwoven like a fan. I am a fan for my students, and that creates change, and that will light up their world.
Lisa Celestine Jack, Vidrine Elementary School.
I believe that teachers can change the world by shaping our students to be the best version of themselves. I strive to teach my students to see themselves as I see them. I want them to recognize their successes, not based on anyone else, but on their own path, and to celebrate those milestones as they reach them.
Jessica Borland, South Grand Elementary School.
As an educator, I strive to change the world by not only teaching, but also showing students to never take something at face value, to always try to think like a scientist critically and creatively, to approach any new experience with an open mind, to not be afraid to challenge conformity and celebrate diversity in all aspects of their lives.
Brittany Lejeune, Thibodaux High School.
If I could leave one change on the education world, I would strive for all students to be seen for their abilities rather than their disabilities. I feel like when we see one's disabilities, we tend to focus more on what they cannot do, whereas when we see their abilities, we focus more on the things that they can do. I feel like that we need to be the positive voice in all students' lives.
Annie Smith, Lake Charles Charter Academy.
I know my students will change the world because they have big dreams and even bigger hearts. They can speak eloquently, they can think critically, they stand up for what they believe in and always fight for what is right. My students know that failure is just a step in the process on the way to success, and they possess the grit to overcome any obstacles that stand in their way. They are kind, creative, confident, and most importantly, compassionate. I know my students will change the world because they have already changed mine.
Jessica Bro, Edward Hines Charter School.
My students are prepared to change the world because I believe in them and I hold high expectations for their learning. I try to ensure that my students don't see me as the holder of knowledge, but instead they see their thoughts and ideas as them creating their own knowledge. I also try to instill this belief in other educators through my work as a mentor teacher, as an instructional coach, and also as a math innovator at Richland Summer Institute. When educators believe that their students can do the work, students are given more opportunities to change their own life and also to change the world.
Emily Ogden, Rayville High School.
When I think of the power of an educator, I think about the ongoing legacy of my mother, Lynn Deere. She is entering her 43rd year as a teacher, and she inspired me and countless others to get into the field of education. Her influence is limitless. So that's what I think of when I think of educators changing the world.
Christopher Mark Deere, Chalmette High School. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, our finalists. Congratulations to these wonderful teachers. who are the finalists from which the elementary, middle, and high school teacher of the year will be chosen, as well as the overall Louisiana State Teacher of the Year. We salute all of these great Teachers of the Year finalists for 2020. Congratulations.
I will introduce each finalist in alphabetical order by parish. All right, Mr. Chad Schultz. Miss Lisa Burns. Miss Jennifer Dennis Carey.
Let's say their school. And the winner for the 2020 Louisiana Elementary School Principal of the Year is
Lisa Burns. They are Mr. Greg Hayden, Jubin Park Junior High. Mr. Charles Ray Wright, Ouachita Junior High School. And Miss Tamika Sarapura Green, Albert Cameron Middle School.
I feel like we need a drum roll.
Let's get our drum roll, huh?
All right. And the 2020 Louisiana Middle School Principal of the Year is
Tamika Green. The final grade level award is for 2020 High School Principal of the Year, and the nominees are Mr. Brad Swallow, Oakdale High School. Mrs. Carly Francois, Dutchtown High School. And Dr. Christella Dawson, Neville High School.
the 2020 Louisiana High School Principal of the Year is
Carly Francois.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the 2020 Louisiana Principal of the Year. You sure you don't want to do any weather right now? Okay. Before we make the principal announcement, I'd also like to welcome to the stage Mr. Joseph David, President of the Louisiana Association of Principals, and Miss Jerry LeBlanc, the sister of late Cecil J. Picard, to make this special presentation. Joseph, Jerry, come on down.
First Lady Donna, a special thanks to you for your kind remembrances of my brother Cecil. He indeed led the way to tonight's extraordinary event. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak before you tonight. Tonight, I'd like to tell you about a very special but traditional gift. The original portrait of Cecil, my brother, was created by Louisiana artist George Rodriguez. It hangs in the Picard Center at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. We want the winner to enjoy this distinctive, special work of art on loan for 1 year as the 2020 Principal of the Year. Best wishes for a great school year.
Thank you, Jerry. Also, I'd like to thank our John for introducing us, and on behalf of the Louisiana Association of Principals, we appreciate everything that all our principals do. I'd like to extend our deepest appreciation to Dr. Davis for his extraordinary leadership as the 2019 Louisiana State Principal of the Year. Thank you, Dr. Davis. And to all the honorees, I want you to know that the talent pool was very strong this year, and that any of you could serve as Principal of the Year for 2020. Please accept our praise and our gratitude, and on behalf of the Louisiana Association of Principals, thank you for all that you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Louisiana State Principal of the Year is Jennifer Denise Carey.
Thank you so much.
Come on down.
my
Come on.
gosh.
Let's go.
Oh,
Get up.
Lord.
You got to say something.
Okay, here we go. I'm like wildly unprepared for this. So I'm going to go with gratitude. So first of all, I just want to say thanks to all of the folks who were in the cohort with me. This has been an incredible experience, and I'm excited to get to know you more over the next year. Then I've got a lot of other people I got to thank in the room, so just bear with me. The first is to Joey and Rhonda for supporting me forever and ever. Thank you so much. The next is to the group of fabulous school leaders in the room, who this is just as much yours as it is mine, because we are in this work very much together in KIPP New Orleans. The next, if you work at KIPP East Community Primary, please stand. If everybody else could give these people a big round of applause. I'm a big believer in surrounding myself with people better than me, and they are all better than me. And the last piece of gratitude goes to two gentlemen who have always had my back. First is the Mr. Todd Purvis, who has been my boss for the past 10 years. Todd, you trust me more than you should, but thank you for putting me up for all of this. And the last is to my husband, Mr. Jack Carey, who you are partner for life. You are the biggest supporter of our kids, me, and certainly of the school and our work. So thank you guys so much. This is insane.
This is insane. Congratulations, you did it.
Oh my God, thank you.
Jennifer Dennis Carey, our 2020 Louisiana State Principal of the Year. Y'all can cheer again if you want. I'll say it again. Jennifer Dennis Carey, Louisiana's 2020 Principal of the Year.
I was unbelievably surprised. I was in a group, a cohort of just amazing principals, and to be named as the Louisiana State Principal of the Year is just the biggest honor. I am just so thankful to Dream Teachers and the Louisiana Department of Education and everybody that made this possible.
What is the key to being a good principal and running a good school?
Oh, Lordy. I mean, I think knowing your people. And as I said on stage tonight, surrounding yourself with people who are better than you. My teachers, our staff, our kids, our families just are all so incredible and make the work fun and, of course, challenging, but mostly just a lot of fun. And it's just great to be surrounded by so many people dedicated to our kids and dedicated to this work.
Holly and I are pleased to present the Elementary Teacher of the Year. So let's get to it. The nominees are Miss Amanda Crane, Homer Elementary School, Claiborne Parish; Miss Lisa Celestine Jack, Vadrine Elementary School, Evangeline Parish; Miss Jessica Borland, South Grant Elementary School, Grant Parish.
The 2020 Louisiana Elementary School Teacher of the Year is Jessica Borland. Congratulations, Miss Borland.
Congratulations.
The next award is for the 2020 Middle School Teacher of the Year, and the nominees are Miss Lacey Blocker, Maplewood Middle School, Calcasieu Parish; Miss Annie Smith, Lake Charles Charter Academy, Lake Charles Charter Academy Foundation; Miss Jessica Brew, Edward Hines Charter School, Orleans Parish.
The 2020 Louisiana Middle School Teacher of the Year, Lisa Celestine Jack. The final grade level award for 2020 High School Teacher of the Year, and the nominees are Miss Brittany Lejeune, Thibodaux High School, Lafourche Parish; Miss Emily Ogden, Rayville High School, Richland Parish; Mr. Christopher Mark Deere, Chalmette High School, St. Bernard Parish. Did you break the seal beforehand?
I'm following your lead, Lane. I'm a quick learner. The 2020 Louisiana High School Teacher of the Year is Emily Ogden. Congratulations, Miss Ogden.
What an incredible evening this has been. I've been honored to be here this evening. It's a trick. Oh, sorry, I should have opened it first, right? Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Louisiana State Teacher of the Year is Christopher Deere!
There he is. Have a light. Very heavy. Yes. It's kind of like first and first there.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Oh.
Let's have your little
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. Wow. Honestly, I'm speechless, but I have to give a speech. So this is absolutely amazing. I never thought this would ever happen. You know, I suppose I'll start by giving thanks to everyone, especially Dream Teachers, the Louisiana Department of Education, for making this a reality and making us all feel like such amazing rock stars. It's great. Our sponsors, Community Coffee, the official coffee of the state of Louisiana. Thank you. I have to give thanks to the people that came. Ms. Voce, our superintendent, who helped rebuild St. Bernard Parish School District after Katrina when I was in high school. So I'll never forget that. Ms. Munt, our assistant principal as well, she's here today. She always reimburses me when I order too much pizza for the students with a smile on her face and says, next time go through the proper channels, but I never do, but she reimburses anyway. So thank you for that. My parents, especially my mom, she again is about to embark on her 43rd year as a teacher, and Mom, can you stand up, Miss Lynn dear? She is my inspiration and the reason why I became a teacher. She has been my mentor from day one. Anytime I had an issue or anything or a question, I could call her, and she had all the answers and still does, so it's very appreciated. With this new platform, I hope to continue to build on equity in education and hold my vision strong that all students, no matter your background or where you're from or where you come from, once you enter those classroom doors, you deserve the absolute best education that we can give, and you deserve to be reflected in every single classroom. So, with that, in closing, that's what I hope to bring to the table with that platform. Thank you, everyone, so much. It really takes a village, and what better village do we have than what we have here in Louisiana with all these great people in front of us. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute, Chris. We have a special presentation. Gwen Weil has something else she would like to give you.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. Oh, my God.
Okay,
oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations. So happy.
Now, I don't know if this will top my 2011 Honda Civic, but we'll check it out. We'll see. Oh, my God. Is this real? Someone's going to say it was an accident.
Picture before you.
Absolutely shocked. I am totally, I can't believe this is a reality. I honestly thought somebody was going to come on stage and say it was a mistake. It was just such an overwhelming feeling of joy and relief. You know, we don't get into it for the money or anything like that. So to get, recognized like this has been, it's really rewarding.
What do you think when you got behind the wheel of that Mercedes-Benz for the first time?
I don't know if it's going to top my 2011 Honda Civic, but I think it'll do. No, I've never been in a car so nice before, so I can't believe that I'm going to be driving away in it, to be honest. So it's amazing.
What would you like people to know about the importance of public education in Louisiana?
Public education is incredibly important because without it, we can't function as a society. It's the most important issue of our time, is ensuring that all kids get the education that they deserve in order to make our society and our communities better places.
We built a school. So 6 years ago, KIPP East didn't exist. We recruited 104 fabulous kindergartners and their families, a small staff of 12. And now we're a school serving students in pre-kindergarten through 5th grade, and the kids are doing great. According to the last LEAP data, it put us as 14th in the city. We're just continually working to improve and make sure that they're successful.
What would you like the public to know about the importance of public education and what's happening inside the classrooms, particularly in your area of New Orleans?
I think it's most important probably for people to know that our kids just need really, really talented teachers year after year. They don't need saving. They need love, they need relationships, but honestly they need really strong professionals, teachers who are well-trained, who know the standards, know their assessments, and know what it looks like for kids to truly be successful.
10 years ago, I was named the State Teacher of the Year.
Now I am the Vice President of BESSE, the State Board of Elementary and Secondary Education. I am very excited to be here tonight.
Your thoughts regarding the importance of a good teacher in every classroom through Louisiana?
A good teacher in every classroom means everything. Teachers are the #1 in-school factor influencing outcomes for students, and so great teaching is critically important to our success as a state.